Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming out to Shakespeare-in-the-Park. My name is Dan Schuster. I'm the director of tonight's show. Our show will begin here in just a minute. Before it does, we do have a couple of announcements. Wichita Shakespeare Company is an all-volunteer 501c3 organization. So everybody that you see, whether it be the director, our cast, we're all volunteers. We do pretty much survive on the donations we receive from our audiences. So after the show, there is a welcome table right back there, and there is a donation box. It's kind of in the shape of Shakespeare's head. He has a little hole between his nose and his mouth, and he gladly eats bills of all sizes, or checks, payable to Wichita Shakespeare Company, if you are either way. But he's available after the show, and any monies that you provide would go to cover costs, because while we don't charge for our audiences to see the shows, there is cost for us to do this. So we greatly appreciate any donations we get. We do have our next season figured out, 2020. It doesn't seem like that should be a thing, but it is. 2020 we'll be doing Richard III in June, and then in September, The Merchant of Venice. Both of those shows are new to us, which is Shakespeare Company. We haven't done either of them, so we're really excited to get to bring those to you guys. So look to our website, which is wichitashakespearecompany.org. As soon as we have all the dates, we'll get those out there. Tonight's show, though, is Pericles. It's one of Shakespeare's late plays. He wrote it kind of late in his career. During this time in his career, he was concerned with themes of reconciliation, forgiveness, loss, reunion. All these plays have kind of become what's known as romances, is the kind of the genre they've been given. Meaning they're not really a tragedy and not really a comedy. So tonight, even within one scene or even a matter of lines, you may be laughing hysterically and then kind of almost move to tears. That's kind of the way the show Pericles is. Pericles is a really fun show, I think, to see performed. It's maybe not the strongest play on page, but when you see it performed, I think it really comes to life in a way that other Shakespeare plays I don't think quite do in this sort of an extent. So we're really excited to get to bring it to you tonight. I think a good way to explain Pericles, easy way, if you think of movies, think of Hamlet maybe as the Citizen Kane of the Shakespeare plays. Pericles is the Raiders of the Lost Ark of the Shakespeare plays. So that's just a good way to kind of frame what you're going to see tonight. But that said, I invite you to Ephesus and to the Temple of Diana, where the priestesses have gathered to recount the high seas adventure tale, Pericles, Prince of Tyre. Enjoy the show.
To sing a song that old was sung, from ashes ancient, our tale is come.
Antiochus the Great built up this city for his chiefest seat, the fairest in all of Syria. The king unto him took a wife who died and left a female heir, so buxom, blithe, and full of face, as heaven had lent her all his grace, with whom the father liking took, and her to incest did provoke, to entice his own to evil should be done by none. The beauties of this dame made many princes thither frame, to seek her as a bedfellow in marriage pleasures playfellows, which, to prevent, he made a law, to keep her still and men in awe, that whosoever asked her for his wife, his riddle told not, lost his life.
Young Prince of Tyre, you have at large received the danger of the task you undertake?
I have, Antiochus, and with a soul emboldened with the glory of her praise, think death no hazard in this enterprise.
Bring in our daughter.
See how she comes, you men. You God that made me man and sway in love, that have inflamed desire in my breast to taste the fruit of yon celestial tree, or die in the adventure be my helps, as I am son and servant to your will, to compass such a boundless happiness.
Pericles.
That would be song to great Antiochus. Antiochus, I thank thee, who hath taught my frail mortality to know itself. Thus ready for the way of life or death, I wait the sharpest blow, Antiochus.
Scorning advice, read the conclusion then, which read and not expounded is decreed. As these before thee, thou thyself shalt bleed.
To all saved yet, mayest thou prove prosperous. To all saved yet, I wish thee happiness.
Like a bold champion, I assume the lists, nor ask advice of any other thoughts but faithfulness and courage.
I am no viper, yet I feed on mother's flesh that did me breed. I sought a husband, in which labor I found that kindness in a father. Father, son, and husband mild. I, mother, wife, and yet his child. How they may be, yet in two, thou shalt live. Resolve it you.
Sharp physic is the last. This be true, which makes me pale to hear it. Fair glass of light I loved you, and could still were not this glorious casket stored with ill. Being played upon before your time, hell only danceth at so harsh a chime. Good sooth, I care not for you.
Prince Pericles, your time's expired. Either expound now or receive your sentence.
Great King, you love to hear the sins they love to act. To enrage yourself too near for me to tell it.
Heaven, that I had thy head. He has found the meaning. But I will close with him. Young Prince of Tyre, though by the tenor of our strict edict, your exposition misinterpreted, we might proceed to cancel of your days. Yet hope, succeeding from such a fair tree as thou, fair self, doth tune us otherwise. 40 days longer we do respite you. If, in that time, our secret be undone, this mercy shows will joy in such a son. And until then, your entertained shall be as doth befit your honor and your worth. He has found the meaning for which we mean to have his head. He must not live to trumpet forth my infamy, nor tell the world Antiochus hath sinned in such a loathed manner. And therefore instantly this prince must die, for by his fall my honor must keep high. Who attends us there?
Doth your highness call?
Dahlia, you are of our chamber, and our mind partakes her private actions to your secrets. And for your faithfulness, we will advance. Dahlia, behold, here's poison, and here's gold. We hate the Prince of Tyre, and thou must kill him. Fits thee not to ask the reason why? Because we bid it. Say, is it done?
My lord, 'tis done.
Enough. Let thy breath cool thyself, telling of your haste.
Prince Pericles is fled.
As thou wilt live, fly after, and as an arrow shot by a well-experienced archer hits the mark his eye doth level at, so ne'er you return until you say, Prince Pericles is dead.
My lord, if I can get him within my pistol's length, I'll make him sure enough. So, farewell, your highness.
Dahlia, adieu. Till Pericles be dead, my heart can lend no succor to my head.
Let none disturb us. The great Antiochus, against whom I am too little to contend, will think me speaking, though I swear to silence. Nor boots it me to say I honor him, if he suspect I may dishonor him. And what may make him blush in being known, he'll stop the course by which it might be known. With hostile forces he'll overspread the land, our men be vanquished and they do resist, and subjects punished that ne'er thought offense, which care of them, not pity of myself, make both my body pine and soul to languish. Helicanus, fit counselor and servant for a prince, by thy wisdom makest a prince thy servant. What wouldst thou have me do?
Well, my lord, since you have given me leave to speak, freely will I speak. Antiochus you fear unjustly to threaten, who either by public war or private treason may take away your life. Therefore, my lord, go and travel for a while, so that his rage and anger be forgotten until the destinies do cut his thread of life. Nor will direct to any. Day serves not my own people,
Oh, I do not doubt thy faith. But should he wrong my liberties in my absence?
mingle our bloods together, between our being and power.
Tyre, I now look to thee from thee then, and to Tarsus intend my travels, where I'll hear from thee. By whose letters I'll dispose myself. The care I had and have of subjects good, on thee I lay, whose wisdom's strength can bear it. I'll take thy word for faith, not ask thy own.
So this is Tyre, and this the court. Here must I kill King Pericles, and if I do it not, I'm sure to be hanged at home. 'Tis dangerous. Well, I perceive he was a wise fellow, had good discretion, that being bid ask what he would of the king, desired he might know none of his secrets. Hush, here come the lords of Tyre.
You shall not need, my fellow peers of Tyre, further to question me of your king's departure. His sealed commission lent in trust with me does speak sufficiently. He's gone to travel.
How, the king gone?
If further yet you will be satisfied why he would depart, I'll give some light unto you. Being in Antioch, royal Antiochus, on what cause I know not, took some displeasure at him, or at least he judged so. And doubting lest he had erred or sinned, to prove his sorrow, he correct himself. So puts himself into the shipman's toil, with whom each minute threatens life or death.
Oh, well, I perceive I shall not be hanged now. Since he's gone, the king's seas must please. He escaped to the land to perish at the sea. I'll present myself. Peace to the lords of Tyre.
The Lord Dalian from Antiochus is welcome.
From him I come with message unto princely Pericles. But since my landing, I have understood your lord has betook himself to unknown travels. My message must return from whence it came.
We have no reason to desire it. Commended to our master, not to us. Yet ere you shall depart, this we desire. As friends to Antioch, we may feast in Tyre.
My Dionysa, shall we rest us here, and by relating tales of others' griefs, see if 'twill teach us to forget our own?
That were to blow at fire and hope to quench it. For who digs hills because they do aspire, throws down one mountain to cast up a higher? Oh, my distressed lord, even such our griefs are.
Oh, this Tarsus, o'er which I have the government, a city on whom plenty held full hand, for riches strewed herself even in the streets, whose towers bore heads so high they kissed the clouds, whose men and dames so jetted and adorned like one another's glass to trim them by. Their tables were stored full to glad the sight, not so much to feed on as delight. All poverty was scorned, and pride so great the name of help grew odious to repeat.
Oh, 'tis too true.
But see what heaven can do. By this our change, these mouths who but of late earth, sea, and air were all too little to content and please. They are now starved for want of exercise. Those palates who, not yet 2 summers younger, must have inventions to delight the taste, would now be glad of bread and beg for it. Oh, those mothers to nuzzle up their babes are ready now to eat those little darlings whom they loved. So sharp are hunger's teeth that man and wife draw lots who first shall die to lengthen life. Here stands a lord, there a lady weeping. Here many sink, yet those which see them fall have scarce strength left to give them burial. Is not this true?
Our cheeks and hollow eyes do witness it.
Oh, let those cities that have plenty's cup and her prosperity so largely taste, hear these tears. The misery of Tarsus may be theirs.
Where's the Lord Governor?
Here, speak out thy sorrows which thou bringest in haste, for comfort is too far for us to expect.
We have descried upon our neighboring shore a portly sail of ships make hitherward.
I thought as much. One sorrow never comes but brings an heir. Some neighboring nation, taking advantage of our misery, hath stuffed these hollow vessels with their power to beat us down. The which are down already, and to make a conquest of unhappy me, whereas no glory's got to overcome.
That's the least fear. For by the semblance of their white flags displayed, they bring us peace, and come to us as favors, not as foes.
Go! Tell their general we attend him here, to know for what he comes and whence he comes and what he craves.
I go, my lord.
Oh, welcome is peace if he on peace consist. If wars we are unable to resist.
Lord Governor, or so we hear you are. Let not our ships and number of our men be like a beacon fire to amaze your eyes. We have heard your miseries as far as Tyre, and seen the desolation in your streets. Nor come we to add sorrow to your tears, but to relieve them of their heavy load. And these our ships are stored with corn to make your needy bread, and give them life whom hunger starved hath dead.
The gods of Greece protect you!
Oh, rise, I pray you, rise. We do not look for reverence, but to come and harborage for ourselves our ships and men.
Your grace is welcome to our town and us.
Which welcome we'll accept. Feast here a while, till our stars that frown lend us a smile.
Prince Pericles, to whom we give our benison, is still in Tarsus, where each man builds up his statue to make him glorious. But tidings of the contrary are brought to your eyes. Good Helicane that stayed home sends word of all that happed in Tyre, how Thaliard came full bent with sin and had intent to murder him, and that in Tarsus was not best longer for him to make his rest. He doing so put forth to seas, where when men bend, there's seldom ease.
For now the wind begins to blow. Thunder above and deeps below makes such unquiet that the ship should house him safe is wrecked and split. And he, good prince, having all lost by waves from coast to coast, is tossed. Till fortune, tired with doing bad, threw him ashore to give him glad.
Yet cease your ire, you angry stars of heaven! Wind, rain, and thunder, remember! Earthly man is but a substance that must yield to you, and I, as fits my nature, do obey you! Alas, as he hath cast me on the rocks, washed me from shore to shore, left my breath nothing to think on but ensuing death. Let it suffice the greatness of your powers to have bereft a prince of all his fortunes, and having thrown him from your watery grave, here to have death in peace is all he'll crave.
What ho, Pelch? Hark! Come and bring away the nets! What? Hands breach, I say!
Say you, master?
Look ye how thou stirs now. Come away or I'll catch thee with the wanion!
Faith, master, is only thinking of the poor man cast away before us even now.
Alas, poor souls, it grieved my heart to hear the pitiful cries that they made to us to help them. When well a day, we can scarce help ourselves.
Peace be at your labor, honest fishermen. A man who both the waters and the wind in that vast tenant court hath made the ball for them to play upon entreats you. Pity him. He asks of you that never used to beg.
No, friend, you cannot beg. Here's them in our country Greece that gets more with begging than we can with working.
Canst thou catch any fishes then?
I never practiced it.
Nay, then thou wilt starve, sure. For there's nothing to be got nowadays, but yet thou canst fish for it.
What I have been, I have forgot to know. What I am, one teaches me to think on. A man thronged up with all my veins are chill and have no more of life than may suffice to give my tongue that needs to ask your help, which if you shall refuse, when I am dead, for that I am a man, pray see me buried.
Die, quotha? Now God's forbid. I have a gown here. Come, put it on. Keep thee warm. Now, afore me,
his government. How far is his court distant from this shore?
Marry, half a day's journey, and I'll tell you, he hath a fair daughter, and tomorrow is her birthday. And princes and knights from all parts of the world have come to tourney for her love.
Fortunes equal to my desires, I could wish to make one there.
Help, masters, help! Here's a fish hangs in the net like a poor man's right, and the lot will hardly come out. But tis come at last it. Tis shirred to a goatskin armor.
An armor, friend, I pray you let me see it. Thanks, fortune, yet that after all my crosses thou givest me somewhat to repair myself.
What mean you, sir?
To ask of you, to beg of you, kind friends, this coat of worth, and that you'll guide me to your sovereign's court, where with it I may appear a gentleman.
Why, wilt thou tourney for the lady?
I'll show the virtue I have borne in arms.
Do take it, and God's give thee good on it.
But pray you, my friend, 'twas we that made up this garment through the rough seams of the waters. I hope, sir, if you thrive, you'll remember from whence you had it.
Believe it, I will.
Pass reach.
Knights, are you ready to begin the triumph?
We are, my liege.
Our daughter, in honor of whose birth these triumphs are, stands here like beauty's child, whom nature gat for men to see, and seeing, wonder at.
It pleaseth you, my royal father, to express my commendations great, whose merits less.
Oh, it's fit it should be so. For as jewels lose their glory if neglected, so princes their renown if not respected. 'Tis now your honor, daughter, to explain the labor of each knight in his device.
Which, to preserve mine honor, I'll perform.
Who is the first that doth prefer himself?
A knight of Sparta, my renowned father, and the device he bears is a black Ethiop reaching for the sun. The word lux tuya vita mi.
He loves you well that holds his life of you. Who is the second that doth present himself?
A prince of Messeron, my royal father, and the device he bears is a knight offered by a lady. Iue per dolcezza che per forza.
And what's the third?
A knight of Antioch, and his device a wreath of chivalry. Me Pompeia provexit apex.
And what's the fourth and last?
A stranger knight, and his presence a withered branch with only green atop.
By the dejected state wherein he is, he hopes by you his fortunes yet may flourish.
Can any speak to his outward show? For by his rustic outsides, he seems to have practiced more with a whipstock than with the lance.
He well may be a stranger, for he comes to an honored triumph strangely furnished.
Opinion's but a fool, that makes us scan the outward habit by the inward man. But stay, the knights are ready. superfluous. To place upon the volume of your deeds as in a title page your worth in arms were more than you expect, since every worth in show commends itself. Prepare for mirth becomes a feast. You are princes and my guests.
And to you, my knights and guests, to whom this wreath of victory I give, and crown king of this day's happiness. For my fortune, lady, than my marriage.
Call it by what you will, the day is yours. And here, I hope, is none that envies it. Come, queen of the feast, for daughter, so you are. Here, take your place.
Sir, yonder's your place. Some other is more fit.
Content not, sir, for we are gentlemen. Neither in our hearts nor outward eyes envy the great, nor do the low despise.
You are right, courteous knights.
Sure, he's a gallant gentleman. To me, he seems like diamond to glass.
What are you merry knights?
Who can be other in this royal presence?
Here, with this cup stored unto the brim, as you do love, fill to your mistress's lips. We drink this health to you.
Thank your grace.
Yet pause a while. Yon knight doth stand too melancholy, as if the entertainment in our court had not a show might countervail its worth. Noted not you, Thaisa?
What is it to me, my father?
Here, make his entrance more sweet. Tell him we drink this standing bowl of wine to him.
Alas, my father, it bemeans me not unto a stranger knight be so bold. He may my proverb take for an offense, since men take women's gifts as impudence.
How? Do as I bid you, or you'll move me else.
Now, by the gods, he could not please me better. The king, my father, sir, has drunk to you.
I thank him.
Wishing much blood unto your life.
I thank both him and you, and pledge him freely.
Furthermore, we desire to know more of you, whence you are, your name and parentage.
Gentlemen of Tyre. My name, Pericles. My education been in arts and arts. Who, looking for adventures in the world, by the rough seas bereft of ships and men, and after shipwreck, driven upon this shore.
Names, your grace. Names and so Pericles, a gentleman of Tyre, who only by misfortune bereft of ships and men cast on this shore.
Now, by the gods, I do pity his misfortune, and will awake him from his melancholy. Come, gentlemen, we sit too long on trifles, and waste the time which looks for other revels. Aha! done well. But you, the best.
I am at your grace's pleasure.
Oh, 'tis too late to talk of love, for that's the mark I know you level at. Therefore, each betake him to his rest. Tomorrow, all for speeding do their best.
No Escanes know this of me. Antiochus the princess lived not free, for which those high gods not minding any longer to fulfill the vengeance they had in store. Due to this heinous capital offense, when he was seated in a chariot of inestimable value, a fire from heaven came and shriveled up his body.
'Twas very strange.
And yet with justice, for those king were great, his greatness was no guard to bar heaven's shaft, but sin had him before.
'Tis very true.
Lord Helicane, a word. Know that our griefs are risen to the top, and now at length they overflow their banks.
Your griefs? For what? Wrong not your prince you love.
Wrong not yourself, then, noble Helicane, for if the prince do live, let us salute him, or know what grounds made happy by his breath. If in this world he live, we'll seek him out. If in his grave he rest, we'll find him there, and be resolved he lives to govern us, or, dead, gives cause to mourn his funeral, and leave us to our free election.
Whose death indeed's the greatest in our censure. But this kingdom is without a head. Like goodly buildings left without a roof, soon fall to ruin. Your noble self, that best know how to rule and how to reign, we thus submit unto. Our sovereign. Live, noble Helicane!
For honor's cause, forbear your suffrages. You love Prince Pericles, forbear. 12 months longer let me entreat you to forbear the absence of your king. Within which time expires me not return, I shall with age, patience, bear your years.
Now to my daughter's letter. She tells me here she'd wed this stranger knight, or never more to view nor day nor light. 'Tis well, mistress, your choice agrees with mine. But soft, here he comes.
All fortune to the good Simonides!
And to you as much, sir. I am beholding to you for your sweet music of this last night. I do protest my ears were never better fed with such delightful, pleasing harmony.
It is your grace's pleasure to commend, not my desert.
Sir, you are music's master.
Oh, first of all, her scholars, my good lord.
Let me ask you one thing. What do you think of my daughter, sir?
A most virtuous princess.
She is fair, too, is she not?
It's a fair day in summer. Wondrous fair.
Sir, my daughter thinks very well of you. So well that you should be her master, and she will be your scholar. Therefore, look to it.
I am unworthy for her schoolmaster.
She thinks not so. Peruse this writing else.
What's here? A letter. That she loves the Knight of Tyre.
Here comes my daughter. She can witness it. Yea, mistress, are you so peremptory? Will you, having my consent, bestow your love and affections upon this stranger knight?
Yes, if you love me, sir. Even as my life or blood that fosters it.
Then you are both agreed.
Yes! If it please your majesty.
Oh, it pleaseth me so well that I will see thee wed. And then with what haste you can get you to bed.
Now sleepy slacked hath the rout. No din but snores the house about, made louder by the o'erfed breast of this most pompous marriage feast. Hymen hath brought the bride to bed, where by the loss of maidenhead a babe is molded. Ye attend, and time that is so quaintly spent with your fine fancies quaintly eshed. What's dumb in show will plain with speech.
At from Tyre, to the court of King Simonides, our letters brought, the tenor these. Antiochus dead. The men of Tyre on the head of Helicanus would set on the crown of Tyre, but he will none. The mutiny there he hastes to oppress, says to them, if King Pericles come not home in twice 6 moons, he, obedient to their dooms, will take the crown. The sum of this brought hither to Pentopolis. Brief, he must hence depart to Tyre. His queen with child make her desire long to go. Like Corridor her nurse she takes, and so to sea.
Their vessel shakes at Neptune's billow. The grisly north disgorges such a tempest forth that, as it does for life that dies, so up and down the warship drives. The lady shrieks, tired has fallen to veil with her fear. And when it sees as well storm shall for itself perform.
Thou, God of this great fast, rebuke these surges which wash both heaven and hell. And thou that hast upon the winds command, bind them and brands, having called them from the deep. Like Anna, how does my queen? Thou stormest venomously. Wilt thou spill thyself? Like Anna! Lucina, oh divinest patroness and midwife gentle to those that cry by night. Convey thy deity aboard our dancing boat. Make swift the pegs of my queen's travail. Like Anna!
Here is a thing too young for such a place, who if had conceived would die as I am like to do. Take in your arms the peace of your dying queen.
How? How? Like Anna! My lord!
No! Patience, good sir. Do not assist this storm. For here's all that's left of your queen, a little daughter. For the sake of it, be manly and take comfort.
You gods! Why do you make us love your goodly gifts and snatch them straight away?
Patience, even for this charge.
Now, vile may be thy life, or more lustrous burn than never babe. Quiet and gentle thy conditions, for thou art the rudeliest welcome to this world that ever was prince's child.
What courage, sir. God save you.
Courage enough. I do not fear the flaw. It hath done to me the worst. Yet, for the love of this poor infant, this fresh new seafarer, I would it would be quiet.
Sir, your queen must overboard. The sea works high. The wind is loud and will not lie till the ship be clear to the dead.
That's your superstition.
Pardon us, sir. With us at sea it hath been still observed, for we are strong in custom. Therefore briefly yield her, for she must overboard straight.
As you think meet, Mariner, bring me spices and my jewels. Terrible child that hast thou had, my dear. Light, no fire. The unfriendly elements forget thee utterly. Or have I time to give thee hallowed to thy grave? But must straight cast thee, scarcely coffined in the ooze. Wherefore a monument upon thy bones, belching whales, coming water, must o'erwhelm thy corpse, time with simple shells.
Orphans Pericles, see how he walks his
mariner. Say, what coast is this? We're near Tarsus. Thither, gentle mariner.
When canst thou reach it?
By break of day, if the wind cease.
Make for Tarsus. There will I visit Cleon. Babe cannot without Tyre. There I'll leave it in careful nursing. I wave. Good mariner.
It had been a turbulent and stormy night.
I have been in many, but such a night as this till now I ne'er endured.
Good morrow.
Then we're on here, worship. Gentlemen, why you stir so early?
Madam, just now did the sea toss this upon our shore. 'Tis of some wreck.
The sea cast it up.
I never saw such a huge billow, madam, as tossed it upon shore.
Soft. It smells most sweetly in my senses. As ever hit my nostrils. Up with it. Oh, you potent gods. What is here? Course.
Most strange.
Shrouded in the cloth of state. Vaulted and treasured with the full bags of spices. And a passport, too. I here give to understand, if ere this course drive a land, I, King Pericles, having lost this queen worth all our mundane cost, who finds her give her burying, she was the daughter of a king. Besides this treasure for a fee, gods requite your charity. Oh, if thou livest, Pericles, thou hast no heart that can even crack for woe. Oh, this chance tonight. Nay, certainly. Look at how fresh she looks. They were too rough with her that threw her in the sea. Make a fire within. Fetch hither all of my boxes from my closet. Death may usurp on nature's many hours, and yet the fire of life will kindle again the oppressed spirits. I have heard of an Egyptian 9 hours laid dead, by all good appliance covered. That rough and woeful music we have, cause it to sound. I beseech you, I pray, give her air. Gentlemen, this queen will live. Nature, awake. A warmth breathes from her. See how she begins to blow into life's flower again. Those heavenly jewels, which Pericles hath lost, begin to part their bright fringes of gold, and the most praised waters do appear. Live, and make us weep to hear your fate, fair creature, as rare as you seem to be.
Oh, Diana! Where am I? Where's my lord?
Gentle neighbors, lend me your hands. Madam, some certain jewels and this letter are at your command. Do you know the character?
It is my lord. That I was shipped at sea, I well remember, even on my eating time. But
but there I was delivered by the holy gods, I cannot rightly say. Since Pericles, my wedded lord, I ne'er shall see again. A best delivery, take me to, and evermore have joy.
Madam, if this is purpose as you speak, Diana's temple is not distant far, for you may go until your date expires.
My recompense is thanks, that's all. My goodwill great, all the gifts small. Honored beyond, I must needs be gone. My 12 months are expired and Tyre stands in a litigious peace. You and your lady take from my heart all thankfulness.
Oh, your sweet queen, that the strict fates had pleased you, had brought her hither to have blessed mine eyes with her.
We cannot but obey the powers above us. Could I rage and roar as doth the sea she lies in? Yet, the end must be as 'tis. My gentle babe, Marina, for she was born at sea, I have named so. Here I charge your charity withal, leaving her the infant of your care. Beseeching you, to give her princely training that she be mannered as she is born. Fear not, my lord, but think your grace that fed my country with your corn, for which the people's prayers still fall upon you, must in your child be thought on. I believe you. Your honor and your goodness teach me to. Good madam, make me blessed in your care in bringing up my child.
I have one myself, who shall not be more dear to my respect than yours, my lord.
My thanks and prayers. Come, dearest madam. No tears, my brother, no tears. Look to your little mistress, on whose grace you may depend hereafter. So I take my leave.
Imagine Pericles, arrived at Tyre, welcomed and settled by his own desire. His woeful queen we leave at Ephesus, unto Diana there a votaress. Now to Marina, bend your mind, whom our fast-growing scene must find at Tarsus, whom my Cleon trained in music, letters, who hath gained of education all the grace which makes her both the heart and place of general wonder. But alack, that monster envy, oft the wrath of earned praise, Marina's life seeks to take off by treason's knife.
Yet in this kind has our Cleon one daughter called Wichita, and it is said for certain in our story she would ever with Marina be. Marina gets all praises, which are paid as debts and not as given. This so docks and piloted all graceful marks that Cleon's wife with envy rare a present murderer does prepare for good Marina that her daughter might stand fearless by this slaughter. And cursed Dionysa hath the pregnant instrument of wrath pressed for this blow. Unborn then, I do commend to your consent. Dionysa does appear with Leonine a murderer.
Thy oath, remember. Thou hast sworn to do it. It is but a blow that never shall be known. Thou canst not do a thing in the world so soon to yield thee so much profit. Let not conscience inflame too nicely, nor let pity, which even women have cast off, melt thee. But be a soldier to thy the fitter then the gods should have her. There she is, weeping for her only nurse like Corin is dead. Thou art resolved. I am resolved.
No, I will rob Tellus of her green to strew thy grave with flowers, the yellows, blues, the purple violets and marigolds, till as a carpet hang upon thy grave as summer's days do last. I, me, poor maid, born in the tempest when my mother died, this world to me is like a lasting storm, worrying me from my friends.
How now, Marina? Why do you keep alone? Perchance my daughter is not with you. Do not consume your blood with sorrow. You have a nurse of me. Lord, how your favors changed with this unprofitable woe. Come, give me your flowers. Leonine, take her by the arm, walk with her.
No, I pray you, I will not bereave you of your servant.
Go, I pray you. Walk and be cheerful once again. Preserve that excellent complexion which did steal the eyes of young and old. Care not for me, I can go home alone.
Well, I will go, but yet I have no desire to it.
Come, I know 'tis good for you. But half an hour, Leonine, at the least. Remember what I have said. I warned you, madam. Pray, walk softly, do not heat your blood. I must have a care of you.
My thanks, sweet madam. Is the wind westerly that blows?
Southwest.
When I was born, the wind was north.
So?
My father, as nurse said, did never fear, but cried good seamen to the sailors, galling his kingly hands, hailing ropes, clasping to a mast, endured a sea that almost burst the dead.
Come, say your prayers.
What mean you?
You require a little space for prayer, I grant it. Pray but be not tedious, for the gods are quick of ear, and I am sworn to do my work with haste.
Why would you kill me?
Satisfy my lady.
Why would she have me killed? Now, as I can remember by my troth, I never did her hurt in all my life. I never spake bad word, nor did ill turn to any living creatures. Believe me, I never killed a mouse, nor hurt a fly. I trod upon a worm once against my will, but I wept for it. Have I offended wherein my death would yield her any profit, nor my life imply her any danger?
My commission is not your reason of the deed, but do it.
You will not do it for all the world, I hope. You are well favored, and your looks foreshow you have a gentle heart. I saw you lately when you caught her parting to that pot. Good sooth, it showed well, and you do so now. Your lady seeks my life, come you between, and save poor me the weaker.
I am sworn and will dispatch.
Oh, villain! A prize, a prize!
Half pint, mate, half pint. Here, let's have her aboard suddenly.
These roguing knaves, sir, the great pirate baldies. They have seized Marina. Let her go, there's no hope she will return. They say she's dead and thrown into the sea. But us no further perhaps will but please themselves upon her, not carry her aboard. If she remain whom they have ravished, must by me be slain. Go, sir! Search the market narrowly. McLean is full of gallants. We lost too much money this month by being too wenchless.
Aye, we were never so much out of creatures. We have but pulled three, and they can do no more than they can do. And they, even with continual action, are as good as wrong.
Therefore, let's have fresh ones, whatever we pay for them.
As thou sayest true. The stuff we have, a strong wind will blow it to pieces. They are so pitifully sold.
They're too unwholesome a conscience. The poor Transylvanian is dead who lay with a little baggage.
Aye, she quickly pooped him. She made him roast meat for worms.
Come your ways. My master, you say she's a virgin?
Oh, sir, we doubt it not.
Masters, I have gone through for this piece, you see. If you like her, so. If not, I have lost my earnest.
Well, has she any qualities?
Yes,
good face. Speaks well, has excellent good clothes. There's no further necessity of qualities can make her be refused.
What's her price, though?
I cannot be baited one doit of 1,000 pieces.
Well, you shall have your money presently. One, take her in. Instruct her what she has to do, that she may not be wrong in her entertainment.
Both, take you the marks of her. The color of her hair, complexion, height, and age, with warrant of her virginity, and cry, he that will give most shall have her first. Such a maidenhead were no cheap thing if men were as they have been. Get this done as I command you.
Performance shall follow.
Alack, that Leonine was so slack, so slow. He should have struck, not spoke, or that these pirates, not enough barbarous, had not o'erboard thrown me for to seek my mother.
Why lament you, pretty one?
That I am pretty,
Oh, come, the gods have done their part in you.
I accuse them not.
You are light into my hands, where you are like to live.
And more my fault to escape his hands where I was like to die.
Aye, and you shall live in pleasure.
No.
Oh, yes, indeed you shall. And taste gentlemen of every fashion. You shall fare well. You shall have the difference of all complexions. What? Do you stop your ears?
Are you a woman?
What would you have me be, and I be not a woman?
An honest woman or not a woman?
Oh, marry with thee, Gosling. I think I shall have something to do with you. Come, you're a young, foolish sapling, and must be bowed as I would have you.
The gods defend me.
Oh, if it pleaseth the gods to defend you by men, then men must comfort you. Men must feed you. Men must stir you up. Boats return. Now, sir, hast thou cried her through the market?
I have cried her almost to the number of her hairs. I have drawn her picture with my voice.
And I prithee tell me, how dost thou find the inclination of the people, especially of the younger sort?
They listened to me as they would have hearkened to their father's testament. There was a Spaniard's mouth so watered, he went to bed to her very description.
Oh, we shall have him here tomorrow with his best ruff on.
Tonight.
Oh, pray you, come hither a while. You have fortunes coming upon you.
I understand you not.
Oh, take her home, mistress, take her home. These blushes of hers must be quenched with some present practice.
Oh, thou sayest true. In faith, so they must.
But, mistress, as I have bargained for the joint,
Thou mayst cut a morsel off the spit.
I may so.
Oh, who should deny it? Come, young one. I like the manner of your garments. Well,
They shall not be changed yet.
Bo, spin thou that in the town. Report what a sojourner we have. Say what a paragon she is, and thou hast the harvest out of thine own report.
I warrant you, mistress, thunder shall not so awake the bed of eels as my giving out her beauty stir up the lewdly inclined. I'll bring some home tonight.
Come your way. Follow me.
If knives be sharp, fires hot, or waters deep, untied I still my virgin knot will keep. Diana, aid my purpose.
What have we to do with Diana? I pray you, will you go with us?
Why are you foolish? Can it be undone?
Oh, Dionysus, such a piece of slaughter the sun and moon ne'er looked upon.
I think you'll turn a child again.
Were I chief lord of all this spacious world, I'll give it to undo the deed. O villain Leonine, whom thou hast poisoned too, if thou hadst drunk to him, 'tid been a kindness becoming well thy face. Oh, what canst thou say when noble Pericles shall demand his child?
That she is dead. She died at night. I'll say so. Who can cross it? Unless you play the pious innocent and for an honest attribute cry out, she died by foul play.
Oh, go to! Well, well, of all the faults beneath the heavens, the gods do like this worst.
Be it so then. Yet none does know but you how she came dead, nor none can know, Leonine being gone. She did disdain my child, stood between her and her fortunes. None would look on her, but cast their gazes on Marina's face, whilst ours was blurted at, and held a malkin not worth the time of day, pierced me through. And though you call my course unnatural, you not your child well-loving, yet I find it greets me as an enterprise of kindness performed to your sole daughter.
Oh, heavens forgive it.
And as for Pericles, what should he say? We wept after her hearse, and yet we mourn. Her monument is almost finished, and her epitaphs in glittering golden characters express a general praise to her and care in us, at whose expense 'tis done.
Thou art like the harpy, who to betray dost with thine angel's face, seize with thy eagle's talons. You
Or like one who superstitiously doth swear to the gods that winter kills the flies. Yet I know you'll do as I advise.
Pericles is now again thwarting the wayward seas, attended on by many a lord and knight. To see his daughter, all his rights divide. Well-sailing ships and bounteous winds have brought this king to Tarsus. But see how belief may suffer by foul show. The epitaph is for Marina, writ by wicked Dionysa.
Fairest, sweetest, and best face here, withered in her spring of year. She was of Tyre, the king's daughter, upon whom fell death hath made this slaughter. Marina was she called, and at her death, at her birth, Thetis being proud, did swallow some part of the earth. Therefore the earth, hearing to be o'erflowed, and Thetis' birth child on the heavens, stone.
Pericles, in sorrow all devoured, with sighs shot through and biggest tears o'ershowered, leaves Tarsus and again embarks. He swears never to wash his face, nor cut his hairs. He puts on sackcloth and to sea.
Let Pericles believe his daughter is dead, and bear his courses ordered by Lady Fortune. While our scene must play in his daughter's woe and heavy well-a-day, patience then. And think you now in Mitylene. I had rather than twice the worth of her she had ne'er come here.
Fie upon her. She's able to preach the god Priceless and unto a whole generation. We must either get her ravished or be rid of her.
Oh, think. I must ravish her, else she'll disfurnish us of our cavaliers and make her swear as priests.
Now the pox upon a green sickness for me.
Faith, there's no way to be rid on it but by the way to the fox. Oh, here comes the Lord Lysimachus disguised.
How a dozen of virginities.
Now the gods to bless your honor.
I am glad to see your honor
have you that a man may deal with all and defy the surgeon?
Oh, we have here one, sir, if she would. There never came her like in Middle Age.
If she'll do the deed of darkness, thou would say.
Your Honor knows what 'tis to say well enough.
Well, call for it, call for it.
Here comes that which grows to the stalk. Never plucked yet, sir, I can assure you. Is she not a fair creature?
Faith, she would serve after a long voyage at sea. Well, there's for you. Leave us.
Beseech your Honor, give me leave. A moment, and I'll be done presently.
I beseech you, do.
First, I would have you know this is an honorable man.
I desire to find him so that I may worthily note him.
Next, he's governor of the country, and a man whom I am bound to.
If he govern the country, you are bound to him indeed. But how honorable he is, I know not.
Pray you, without any more virginal fencing, will you use him kindly? He will line your apron with gold.
What he will do graciously, I will thankfully receive.
Have you done?
My lord, she's not paced yet. You must take some pains to work her to your manage. We'll leave your honor and her together. Go thy ways.
Now, pretty one, how long have you been at this trade?
What trade, sir?
Why, I cannot name it, but I shall offend.
I cannot be offended with my trade. Please you to name it.
How long have you been of this profession?
Ever since I can remember.
Did you go to it so young? Were you a gamester at 5 or 7?
Earlier too, sir, if I now be one.
Why, the house you dwell in proclaims you to be a creature of sale.
You know this house to be a place of such resort, and will go into it. I hear say you are of honorable parts, and are the governor of this place.
Why, hath your principal made known unto you who I am?
Who is my principal?
Why, your herb woman, she that sets seeds and roots of shame and iniquity. Oh, you have heard something of my power, and so stand aloof from more serious wooing. But I protest to you, pretty one, my authority shall not see thee, or else look friendly upon thee. Come, bring me to some private place. Come, come.
If you were born to honor, show it now, so that the gods would free me from this unhallowed place. Oh, my good lord, kill me, but do not deflower me. Punish me how you please, so that you spare my chastity. And since it is all the dowry the gods have given me, do not you take it from me. Make me your servant. I will willingly obey you. Make me your bondwoman. I will accomplish freedom. Let me be the word that is called vile, so that it may still lie honest. I am content. Or if you think that too blessed a happiness to have me so, let me even now, this minute, die, and I will accomplish my death more happy than my birth.
I did not think thou could have spoke so well. Error, dream thou must. Had I brought hither a corrupted mind, thy speech had altered it. Hold, here's gold for thee. Persever in the clear way thou goest, and the gods strengthen thee.
The good gods preserve you.
Farewell, pretty one. Thou art a noble creature. I doubt not thy training is noble as well. Hold, here's more gold for thee. A curse upon him. Die he like a thief that robs thee of thy goods. If thou dost hear from me, it shall be for thy good.
I beseech your honor, one more piece for me.
Thou thief, damned doorkeeper, your house, but for this virgin, let the prophet would sink and overwhelm you. Away!
Now this? Your peevish chastity shall undo a whole household. Let me be gilded like a spaniel. spoken holy words to the Lord Lysimachus.
Oh, abominable.
She makes our profession as it were to stink before the face of the gods.
Mary, hang her up forever.
The nobleman would have dealt with her like a nobleman, but she turned him away, cold as a snowball, saying his prayers too.
Well, take her away. Use her at thy pleasure. Crack the glass of her virginity and make the rest malleable.
Hark, hark, you gods!
Oh, she conjures. Away with her. Where she'd never come through my doors. She's born to undo us.
Come, mistress. Come your ways with me.
Whither wilt thou have me?
To take from you the jewel you hold so dear.
Prithee, tell me one thing first.
Oh, come on, you're one thing.
What canst thou wish thine enemy to be?
Why, I will wish him to be my master, or rather my mistress.
Neither of these are so bad as thou art. Thou holdest a place for which the most hangest fiend of hell would not in reputation shame. Thou art the damned doorkeeper for every wastrel that comes inquiring for their tip. Thy food is such that hath been belched on by infected lungs.
What would you have me do? Go to the wars, would you? Where a man may serve 7 years for the loss of a leg and have not money enough in the end to buy him a wooden one.
Do anything but this thou doest. Empty old receptacles or common shores of filth. Serve by indenture to the common hangman. Any of these are better yet than this. Oh, that the gods would safely deliver me from this place. Hold. Here's gold for thee. If that thy master might gain by thee, proclaim that I can sing, weave, sew, and dance with other virtues that I'll keep for boast, and will undertake all of these to teach. I doubt not, but by this populous city will yield many scholars.
But can you teach all of this you speak of?
Prove that I cannot. Take me home and prostitute me to the basest groom that doth frequent your house.
I will see what I can do for thee. If I can place thee, I must.
But among honest women,
My acquaintance lies little amongst them. But since my master and mistress have bought you, there's no going but by their consent. Therefore, I will make them acquainted of your purpose, and I doubt not but they shall be tractable enough. Come. I will do for thee what I can.
Marina thus the brothel escapes and chances into an honest house, our story says. She sings like one immortal and dances goddess-like to her admired lays. Here we her place. And to her father we turn our thoughts again. Where we left him, there at sea we there him lost. Whence, driven before the winds, he has arrived here where his daughter dwells. Suppose him now at anchor. The city strives, God Neptune's annual feast to keep, where Lysimachus, our Tyrian ship, espies, his banners sable, trimmed with rich expense, and to him his bard with berber eyes. Supposing once more, put your sights on heavy Pericles.
Lord Helicanus, sir, there's a barge put in from Italy, and in it is the Governor Lysimachus who craves to come aboard. What is your will?
Let me cut his. I pray ye greet them fairly.
Sir, this is the man that can resolve you.
Hail, reverend sir, the gods preserve you.
And you, sir, shall live the age I am and die as I wish you.
You wish me well. Being on shore, honoring of Neptune's triumphs, seeing this goodly vessel ride before us, I made to it to know of whence you are.
Sir, our vessel is retired. And if the king, men who for the 3 months have not spoken to anyone, or taken any sustenance but to promote his grief.
On what grounds is his distemperture?
He needs to repeat, but the main grief brings the loss of a beloved daughter and a wife.
May we not see him?
You may. This is your sight. Not
well be thought. She, weddingless, with her sweet harmony and other chosen attractions, would alone make a battery through these network parts, which now are midway stopped.
Sure, Reckless, yet an element that bears recovery's name.
Oh, here is the lady that I sent for. Welcome, fair one. Is it not a goodly presence?
She's a gallant lady.
Fair one. All good descendants to sit down. We expect even if there is a kingly patient. If that thy prosperous and artificial feet can draw him but to answer thee anon, thy sacred physic shall receive such pain as thy desires can wish.
Sir, I will use my utmost skill in his recovery. I am a maid, my lord, that ne'er before invited eyes but have been gazed on like a comet. I speak, my lord, that may be, have endured a grief might equal yours if both were justly weighed. Though wayward fortune did malign my state, my derivation was from ancestors who stood equivalent with mighty kings. Though time hath rooted up my parentage, and to the world in awkward casualties bound me in servitude.
My fortunes. Parentage. Good parentage. To equal mine. Is it not thus? What say you? You are like something that... Which countrywoman? Here, of these shores.
No, nor of any shore.
I am great with woe, and shall deliver weeping. My dearest wife was like this maid, and such a one my daughter might have been. My queen's square brows, her stature to an inch, a silver voice, her eyes as jewel-like encased as richly. Where do you live?
Where I am but a stranger. The deck you made a servant place.
Where were you bred, and how achieved you these endowments which you make more rich to own?
Sir, if I should tell my history, it would seem like lies disdainfully reporting.
Prithee, speak, falseness cannot come from thee. I will believe thee, for thou lookest like the one I loved indeed. Who were thy friends? Didst thou not say thou camest from good descending?
So indeed I did.
Think thou saidst thou hadst been tossed from wrong to injury, and that thou thoughtst thy griefs might equal mine if both were open. For thy friends, how lost thou then? I name my most kind virgin, recount I do beseech thee, come, sit by me.
My name is Marina.
Oh, I am mocked, and thou by some incensed god, sent hither to make the wealth to laugh at me.
Patience, good sir, or here I'll cease.
Hey, I'll be patient. Thou little knowest how thou dost startle me to call thyself Marina.
The name was given me by one that had some power. My father and a king.
How? A king's daughter and called Marina.
You said you would believe me. But not to be a trouble of your peace, I will end here.
But are you flesh and blood? Have you a working pulse and are no fairy? Well, speak on. Where were you born? Wherefore called Marina?
Called Marina, for I was born at sea.
At sea? What mother?
My mother was the daughter of a king, who died the minute I was born, as my good nurse, like Corrida, has oft delivered weeping.
Oh, stop there a little. This is the rarest dream that Ardol sleep did mock sad fools withal. This cannot be. My daughter's buried. Yet give me leave. How came you in these parts? Where were you born?
My father did in Tarsus leave me, till cruel Cleon with his wicked wife did seek to murder me. And having wooed a villain to attempt it, whoever he drawn to do it, a crew of pirates came and rescued me and brought me to Italy. But my good sir, why do you weep? It may be you think me an impostor. No, good faith, I am the daughter of King Pericles, if good King Pericles be.
Oh, Helicanus!
Calls, my lord?
Thou art a grave and noble counselor, most wise
kings in general, tell me if thou canst, what this maid is, or what is like to be that thus hath made me weep.
I know not, but sir, 'tis the regent of Middleing's book speaks highly of her.
She would never tell her parentage, being demanded that she would sit still and weep. Oh, Helicanus, strike me, honored sir. Give me a gash, put me to present pain, lest this great sea of joys rushing upon me o'erbear the shores of my mortality and drown me in their sweetness. Oh, come hither, thou that begets him that did thee beget, thou that wast born at sea, buried at Tarsus, and found at sea again. Oh, Helicanus, down on thy knees, thank the holy gods as loud as thunder threatens us. This is Marina. What was thy mother's name? Tell me but that for truth can never be confirmed, and of no doubts did it ever sleep.
First, sir, I pray you, what is your title?
I am Pericles of Tyre. Now tell me my drowned queen's name, as in the rest you said thou hast been godlike perfect, the heir of kingdoms, and another like to Pericles thy father.
Is it no more to be your daughter than to say my mother's name is Thaisa? Thaisa was my mother who died the minute I began.
Now blessings on thee, thou art my child. Mine own Helicanus, she is not dead at Tarsus as she should have been by savage Cleon. She shall tell thee all when thou shalt kneel and justify in knowledge she is thy very princess. Who is this?
Sir, 'tis the governor of Middleing, who, upon hearing of your sorrows, being come to see you.
I embrace you! I am wild in my beholding. Oh, heaven bless my girl, but hark! What music! Tell Helicanus, why, Marina, tell him more, point by point. For yet he seems to doubt us, or you are my daughter, but what music!
My lord, I hear none.
None! The music of the spheres! It is my Marina!
It is not good to cross him. Give him way.
Rarest sounds! Do you not hear?
My lord, I hear.
Oh, most wonderful music! It nips me unto listening. Its thick slumber hangs upon mine eyes. Let me rest.
Pillow for his head. So, leave him.
My temple stands in Ephesus. Hie thee thither, and before my altar sacrifice. There, when my maiden priestesses are met, before the people all, reveal how thou wast did lose thy wife. Mourn thy crosses with thy daughter. Call and give repetition to the life. Perform my bidding, or thou wast live in woe. Do it, and happy, by my silver bow. Awake, and tell thy dream.
Celestial Diane, Goddess Argentine, I will obey thee. Helicanus! Sir, my purpose was for Tarsus there to strike the inhospitable Cleon, but I am for other service first. Toward Ephesus turn our blown sails. Eftsoons I'll tell thee why. Shall we refresh us, sir, upon your shore and give you gold for such provision as our intents will need?
Sir, with all my heart, and when you come ashore, I have another suit.
Shall prevail were it to woo my daughter, for it seems you have been noble towards her.
Sir, lend me your arm.
Come, my Marina.
Now our sands are almost run, more a little and then dumb. That you aptly do suppose. What fancies, what shows, what minstrelsies and pretty din the regent made in Middleing to greet the king. And so he thrived, that he is promised to be wife to fair Marina, but in no wise till he had done his sacrifice, as Diane bade. Whereto being bound, the interim pray you all confound. At Ephesus, the temple see our king and all his company.
just command, I here confess myself the King of Tyre, who, frighted from my country, did wed at Pentapolis the fair Thaisa. And see, in childbed died she, but brought forth a maid child called Marina. O goddess, where's yet thy silver livery? She at Tarsus was nursed with Cleon, who at 14 years he sought to murder. But her better stars brought her to Mytilene, against whose shore riding her fortunes brought the maid aboard us, where by her own most clear remembrance she made known herself my daughter.
You are, O royal Pericles.
Which means this one, she dies! Help, gentlemen!
Noble sir, if you have told Diana's altered truth, this is your wife.
Madam, no, I threw her overboard with these very arms.
Upon this coast, I warned you. Early in the blustering morn, this woman was thrown ashore. I recovered her and placed her here. Look, Thaisa has recovered.
Are you not Pericles? Like him you spake, like him you are. Did you not name a tempest, a birth, and a death?
Thaisa!
Thaisa that I am, supposed dead and drowned.
No more, you gods! Your present kindness makes my past misery sport. Come, be buried a second time within these arms.
My heart leaps to be gone into my mother's bosom.
Look who kneels here, flesh of thy flesh, Thaisa, thy burden at the sea and cold Marina, for she was yielded there.
Blessed and thine own.
Hail, madam, and my queen.
I know you not.
You did hear me say when I did fly from Tyre, I left behind an ancient substitute. Can you remember what I called the man? I have named him oft.
'Twas Helicanus then.
Embrace him, dear Thaisa, this is he! Now do I long to hear how you were found, how possibly preserved, and who to thank besides the gods for this great miracle.
Cerimon, my mistress, this woman, who by the gods have revealed their power, for first to last resolve you.
Madam, the gods can have no mortal officer more like the goddess than you! Will you deliver how this dead queen relives? Pure Diane! Bless thee for thy vision. I will offer night oblations to thee. Thaisa, this prince, the fair betrothed of your daughter, shall marry her at Pentapolis. Yet there, my queen, will celebrate their nuptials, and ourselves will in that kingdom spend our following days. Our son and daughter shall entire reign. Cerimon, we do our longing stay. To hear the rest untold, madam, leads the way.
In Antiochus you have heard of monstrous lust, the due and just reward.
In Pericles,
His queen and daughter seen.
although assailed with fortune fierce and keen,
Virtue preserved, fell destruction's blast. Led on by heaven and crowned with joy at last.
In Helicanus may you well descry a figure of truth, of faith, of loyalty.
In the reverend Cerimon it well appears the worth that charity I wears.
For wicked Cleon and his wife, when fame had spread their cursed deed,
To rage the city turn, that him and his they in his palace burn.
so on your patience evermore attending.
new joy wait on you. Here our play has ending.